We have quite a lot to cover in this lesson, so make sure you've downloaded the Module 5 notes before watching. I'm going to begin by talking about design boards. Now, creating a design board is optional and by no means essential. However, it can be a very useful reference as you work. If you're new to applique and fabric collage, I recommend putting together a basic design board. It will help you sort your fabric into values, and it won't take you long. Get hold of a large sheet of light cardboard or tape a few pieces of printer paper together. On the card, arrange a smaller copy of the Right Way Up design tracing, the 2 copies of your photo in grayscale and colour, a copy of the value scale, and your selection of fabric sorted into values. Glue a small piece of each potential fabric arranged in value order onto the design board. I must confess there are times when I change my mind about my colour selection. The alterations may be minor colour changes or major, transforming my work into a completely different colour scheme than in the photo. This is where the black and white photo and value scale show their true worth, as the lack of colour frees you from feeling constrained by the original colours of the photo. Even if you think your selection of fabric is final, don't be afraid to change the colours if your collage either doesn't look right or you change your mind about your approach. A range of construction methods can be used in building a fabric collage, and the method used in this course is the fused applique construction method. This method uses paper-backed fusible web to fuse the fabric layers together. Occasionally, a little fabric glue can be used instead to add small elements to the design. Your other choices for creating the collage include using freezer paper or the free cut method, both of which I will not be covering in this course. To create your collage, you'll need the reverse copy of your design, your foundation fabric onto which you've traced the Right Way Up design, some paper-backed fusible web, a range of fabric in your selected colours, and your reference images or design board. I also find it helpful to either have a design wall or a thick wad of cotton fabric that allows me to insert pins vertically. Doing this holds the applique segments in position as I build the collage. To cut the applique shapes from fabric, use sharp scissors. Spring-loaded microtip scissors are especially helpful for fussy cutting, as they are ideal for cutting tight corners or intricate shapes. And an applique mat or 2 sheets of ordinary unwaxed kitchen baking paper can be used to protect both your iron and the ironing board. For anyone who may not be familiar with using paper-backed fusible web, the paper side, which is smooth, is the side you draw on, and the rough or sticky side has the glue that fuses one piece of fabric to another. Always remember that when preparing the applique shapes on the fusible web, use the reverse image onto the paper side. If you accidentally trace from the Right Way Up pattern, you'll find that when you turn the fabric over to place on your collage, the shape will be back to front. I've done this more times than I care to remember. However, it's easily resolved simply by creating another applique piece using the reverse pattern. When you're using paper-backed fusible web, avoid having too many fused layers overlapping each other. Each fused layer you add creates a thicker foundation to stitch through. The additional layers and the presence of several layers of glue from the fusible web can sometimes lead to thread shredding or a sticky build-up on your machine needle. This can to some extent be avoided by using good quality paper-backed fusible web such as 𝗖𝗍𝗋 or Wonder Under. Some of the less expensive varieties can be more problematic to work with. When beginning to create your collage, think about the perspective. Work from the background of the design, that is, the shapes that lie behind other, smaller elements. For example, with this partially built puppy collage, the nose segment will obviously be the nearest piece as you look at the dog, so the edges of the surrounding pieces that will be added will need to tuck under the edges of the nose. The first pieces you add to a collage tend to be the larger pieces. So it's important to consider which pieces need to overlap or underlap an adjoining section. Strategic layering avoids having gaps or an unrealistic appearance to your collage. To begin, use the reverse pattern template and a pencil and trace each element of the design onto the paper side of the fusible web. I like to work in colour or value groups rather than tracing all the pieces at once. The fusible web segments will then be pressed onto the wrong side of your chosen fabrics. When you turn this over to attach it to the design, it will be the right way up. That's why it's important to use the reverse pattern template. After you've drawn a segment on the fusible web, rough cut it around the edges so that you don't waste any of the fusible web. You can usually fit many shapes onto less fusible web this way. Using a hot iron and an applique mat, fuse each segment to the wrong side of your chosen fabric. The applique mat will protect both your iron and your ironing board if placed underneath and on top before pressing. Then cut the shapes from the fabric, cutting just a little outside the drawn line. Cutting outside the line avoids having gaps in your collage and allows extra for sliding under the edge of another piece. Any excess can be trimmed off later before you fuse the final design to the foundation. Position the pieces onto your foundation fabric, matching the shapes to the traced design. Use pins inserted vertically into the mat to hold the pieces in position. Now please do not remove the paper backing at this stage and do not yet fuse the segments to the foundation. This will be done later. Working one piece at a time, trace and fuse all remaining applique shapes to the appropriate selection. If you have several pieces that you know you will use the same fabric, these can be prepared as a group or batch to save time. As you progress, position each piece onto the foundation fabric, holding it in place with pins. Remember to check for overlaps and underlaps. Gradually, your design will begin to take shape. Choosing the first pieces can be the most challenging. Remember, never be afraid to replace a piece that looks wrong and check the overlaps and underlaps. You can also trim any pieces that need trimming. While the design shown here is not yet complete, it's time to fuse this progress so far to the foundation fabric. Now, before you fuse the design to the foundation, stand back and view your work from a distance. Does anything stand out as looking wrong? And if you're not happy with a colour, change it. Changing things after fusing will prove more difficult. But if you are satisfied with the progress to date, remove the pins and the paper backing from each segment. Set these aside out of the way, but be sure to remember the position they need to go back to. It can be helpful to take a digital photo on your phone to remind you of the position of each segment. Then one by one, reposition each piece and secure them again with pins if necessary. Then, using a hot iron, fuse the entire collage to the background. Remember to protect your iron and ironing board with an applique mat. Now, this collage could be left as it is at this stage and simply worked over with free motion stitching to add detail. However, there are a few finishing touches I'd like to add first. The extra blue and brown details, along with the white glint in the puppy's eye, are cut from tiny pieces of fabric and fixed to the collage with a dab of fabric glue. Now here's a short video of another collage being assembled and fused so that you can see the entire process. The video is annotated, so there's no need for me to add further to it. However, as you watch, consider the decision-making and constant small adjustments that are made along the way, even with a relatively simple design like this. The next steps are to cut the collage from the foundation and create a background for your design. These are covered in the next lesson.